From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
Woo.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Dana Carvey announced last night that his 32-year-old son, Dex, died of an accidental drug overdose.
What?
He went on to say, it's not an exaggeration to say that Dex loved life, and when you were with him, you loved it too. He made everything fun. Most of all, he loved his family, his friends, and his girlfriend. And then he added anyone struggling with addiction or who loves someone struggling with addiction, that his heart is with them as well. And the most recent post from Dana, I guess because all like the gossip blogs and Twitter feeds, they're all posting just nasty stuff and pictures that are very unflattering. And then so Dana posted a picture of his son looking great, and he was like, to all the tabloids, this was my son. So real sad because they did comedy together. It was sort of a family thing, and he even opened for him not that long ago as well. So R.I.P.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Andre 3000 has a brand new album out. You may remember Andre 3000 from Outkast. Like, so talented.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.
And people have been waiting for an Andre 3000 solo album for like decades now, really. But this one came with a warning. It's called New Blue Sun, and the disclaimer that he put on the record for fans simply read, no bars. So Andre released a record, and it is an album of instrumental improvisations with wind instruments with ridiculously long song titles. So here is one of them, which is, why don't you give me a little bit of the song called I Swear I Really Wanted to Make a Rap Album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. Here's a little taste of that. Now let's, if you could give me a couple of seconds of 93 Till Infinity and Beyonce, please.
This might be an album I listen to as I'm trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
I like this song.
There's another song on the album called That Night in Hawaii When I Turned Into a Panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control.
That's the song title?
That's the song title.
Homie was on
This
ayahuasca
was
for sure.
wild. I'm sure he was. He's got another song called Gandhi, Dalai Lama, Your Lord and Savior JC, Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy.
That's the song title, or that's a
the
bunch
song
of
title.
different...
That's the song title.
Different song titles, damn.
He's got one called Bipolar Disorder.
Okay.
Daughter wears a 3000 button down embroidered.
Look at you.
I
hate this
so much. You hate this, huh? Here's Andre 3000 talking about why he didn't make a rap album.
It actually feels, sometimes it feels inauthentic for me to rap because I don't have anything to talk about in that way. Like, I'm 48 years old, and not to say that age is a thing that dictates what you rap about, but in a way it does. And like, things that happen in my life, like, what do you talk, like, I gotta go get a colonoscopy, like, what do you like, what do you rap about, you know what I mean? Like, my eyesight is going bad, like.
Right? Listen.
Yo, I need glasses.
Keeping it real.
Yo, I need glasses.
Right?
Yo, I need glasses.
And you
see
can
me on the road, go to colonoscopy.
You can always go back and listen to Bombs Over Baghdad, right? That still exists. It's still there.
Yeah. So fresh and so clean.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All the classics.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Jada Pinkett Smith tracked down by more paparazzi, asking about the Will Smith gay rumors and whether she actually saw Will Smith with anyone.
All the allegations are fake, Jada?
Absolutely.
You never seen Will with no man, nothing like that?
Never.
All right, cool.
Watch Breakfast Club tomorrow.
All right, cool. Good seeing you. Have a safe flight. All right.
Cardi B's got a lot to say about Will Smith and these reports. Also, why it all makes sense. Because
I don't like
Will
what people
is
be
a
doing to
Libra.
Will Smith.
Because what?
Will is a Libra.
I don't like what people be doing to Will Smith. I be feeling like Will Smith is very unproblematic, and I feel like he got like a nice heart. And that's the thing. I found out that Will Smith is a Libra. I always said this, like Libras,
Yeah.
we be getting tried. And then when we outburst so heavy that we become the ones in the wrong. Because when we throw that outburst after we get so much, we go so crazy that people be like, oh my God, what the oh, this is really crazy. Yo. This is crazy for real. And I feel like y'all doing that to Will Smith. And I don't like that some people never change. I'm so tired of people picking on that man. Dead ass. And like, I feel like it's not even your job as a journalist. You should like be able to detect whether somebody is or not. Because anybody could say something about anybody. Look what happened to me in 2018 when I didn't even know her name, was saying that she know me, that she went to my house. Anybody could say a fake ass story about you and people gonna fake ass believe it. So it should be your job to detect whether something is a lie or not.
Damn.
Holding us accountable. Yes, everybody.
Thank you.
Libras, huh?
Oh my God, what the
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Pass the straw. Huh? The federal government, the federal court just overturned the government's ban on single-use plastics yesterday, deeming the policy unreasonable and unconstitutional. The decision found that the classification of plastics in the cabinet were ordered was too broad to be listed on the list of toxic substances, and the government acted outside of its authority. They say there is no reasonable apprehension that all listed plastic manufactured items are harmful. So basically, instead of saying that they wanted to get rid of single-use bags and straws because of landfill or the long-term effects, they listed them as toxic. Then they were able to ban them. So the court in Canada just said the determinations for toxic is far too broad to include things like straws and bags. Therefore, what you did by banning them was unconstitutional and way out of pocket.
So does that mean I get plastic bags now?
Unless they appeal.
Yeah, but which company is going to be the first to bring them back?
I know, that's the problem, right? Who's going to be the first?
I don't know. Guys, I miss having plastic bags at the grocery store. I'm not going to lie. Like, I bring the reusables, but sometimes
some stores have a secret stash.
I just need the plastic bag, man. Sometimes like I'm in the garage and if I got to put stuff, I don't know, put stuff away, wrap it up in a plastic bag.
I know a guy.
And they make great garbage bags too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know, I hear you.
Sometimes the dog throws up in the middle of the night in the hardwood.
Yeah.
You got to get the paper towel.
Yeah.
Right? Scoop it up.
Yeah.
Put it in a plastic bag.
I agree.
Give me that plastic, baby.
I agree.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Well, in less than 24 hours, Gen Z managed to turn Osama bin Laden into a hero on TikTok.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
So years ago, Osama bin Laden, after the 9/11 attacks, wrote a sort of manifesto called Letter to America, which was published by The Guardian, and it stayed sort of in part on The Guardian's website. And Gen Zers found it, and now they're all having these existential moments and have essentially put the pretty filter on Osama bin Laden.
No!
Here's a little bit of a giant montage.
This morning I read Letter to America, which is Osama bin Laden's letter to America explaining why he attacked Americans. And I am ashamed to say that I not only have never read this letter, but I didn't even know this letter existed. It's wild, and everyone should read it. If you haven't read it yet, read it. However, be forewarned that this has left me very disillusioned, and I feel the same exact way I felt when I was deconstructing Christianity. I feel a little bit just confused, like I have entered into another timeline. What is this? And yeah, so go read it.
So I just read A Letter to America, and I will never look at life the same. I will never look at this country the same. I will never. Please.
Anyway, you can stop it. So it's two pages. Like, it's not some long thing, but either they're not reading the whole thing or they're just completely ignorant to what it actually says. But TikTok has released a statement saying content promoting this letter clearly violates our rules on supporting any form of terrorism. They say that they are proactively and aggressively removing this content and investigating how it got onto our platform. But of course, because this is happening and then The Guardian removed Osama bin Laden's letter off their website, now people are saying that it is a giant conspiracy between corporate entities to silence the truth and this great freedom fighter that Osama bin Laden was.
Censorship and all that?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So if you are a parent and your child is posting Letter to America, Osama bin Laden praise on TikTok, you failed, loser.
Yeah.
Like you really did. Yeah, it's crazy. It is so insane. The amount of videos have people like, oh my God, have you read the Osama bin Laden letter? It's crazy. It's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Becky Lynch, WWE star Becky Lynch, made history on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Do we like Becky Lynch? Should we clap for Becky?
We love Becky Lynch.
Okay.
Yeah, but this.
So Becky Lynch,
the wrestling group chat was not happy about this yesterday.
the first player in Jeopardy history to give 0 correct answers out of 60 clues.
To save himself and his family, Marty Byrde must launder money for a ruthless cartel kingpin. Becky.
What is the Ozarks?
No.
Ozark. What is Ozark?
Sorry, no. It's just Ozark without the S, Becky. I'm sorry.
Rain for 200, please.
Reduce your speed when it's raining to avoid this dangerous driving condition, which occurs when tires lose contact with the road. Becky.
What is skidding?
Can you be more specific?
What is... Come on. Skidding?
Sorry, that's not correct. Rachel.
What is hydroplaning?
That's what we were going for.
Obviously, go 200.
It's a way of saying reconnect later with a dash of needless geometry thrown in for good measure. Becky.
What is circle around?
No. Rachel.
What is circle back?
Circle back.
Becky. Yo, she gave that answer though. She gave it. Like that one, half a point.
No.
Basically gave it to the
Though.
other.
It's
I know.
It's
Poor Becky Lynch.
That Ozarks one was terrible. I can't believe they didn't give her the...
You have to be right.
Well, she said, what is the Ozarks? That's very wrong. That's very wrong.
What is Ozark?
Yes.
Did her dirty.
She answers those questions like somebody's mom. You know what I mean? Right? Always just a little bit wrong on all the pop culture stuff. Right? Always a little bit wrong.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Diddy wasted absolutely no time in getting rid of that lawsuit filed by Cassie against him. One day after it hit the courts, he's already settled. Details of the settlement have not been released, but Diddy says, quote, we have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love. Diddy's lawyer added that this does not mean that he is admitting any wrongdoing by settling the lawsuit.
They were together for a while.
Yeah, Diddy and Cassie, they had an on-again, off-again relationship from 2007 to 2018. I think she was like 19 and he was like 36 or 7 or something like that when they met. In the lawsuit, she accused him of trapping her in, quote, a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking, as well as sexual battery and gender discrimination. Despite the severity of those accusations, Cassie says, quote, I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on the terms that I have some level of control. So no criminal charges were filed, and she did not go to the police. So this was more of a civil case.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but Cassie in the mid 2000s, this was her song.
No, I don't remember
I think, did he produce this or he produced her album when it came out? Anyway, that's who Cassie is.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
F1 over the weekend in Las Vegas.
Woo, baby!
Leclerc's going to take second place, but here in Vegas, what Verstappen's in Vegas stays in Vegas. Max Verstappen wins the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
There you go, Max Verstappen. Last lap too, huh?
Mm-hmm. 18th victory of the season.
That's crazy.
There's one race left in the season. I believe it's Dubai.
Yeah. They should have run it during the day.
Why?
Yeah, I didn't like it at night.
Oh.
Because the whole thing was you were supposed to be able to see Vegas all lit up and everything like this, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't. It just looked like everything was just
Only
dark.
only the aerial shots you could
Yeah,
see.
everything was just dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no sun. You couldn't see anything. It was like the road and then just black everywhere.
Well, they just wanted the
you
Vegas lights, right?
Yeah, but you don't get that on television, though. It doesn't do anything for the broadcast. Like when you're watching it at home, you're like, it just looks like they could have been in a garage.
I preferred it watching at night.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
No.
I think it would have taken away from the daytime stuff.
I think Vegas would have looked cooler had they shot it in the day. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe you should send an email. They got a 10-year contract over there.
I know. People like that track, though.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Leto started off the whole evening with, I guess, I don't know how much they paid Jared Leto to do this, but
Well, his band, his band,
yeah,
30 Seconds to Mars, they helped with the opening ceremony on, I think it was on Thursday night.
Sure.
When like Steve Aoki and Tiesto and J Balvin and
sure, but I don't know how much they paid him to do this. So the whole thing opened, right, with Jared Leto sitting in like a loft, right, like some room on a chair, and they had him do a like super hyper serious, almost poetry like reading of the lyrics to Elvis's Viva Las Vegas.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get those stakes up higher. How I wish there were more than the 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Oh, there's blackjack and poker and the roulette wheel. A fortune, won and lost, on every deal.
Here we go.
All you need is a strong heart and a nerve of steel. Viva Las Vegas.
Man, they should have done like the complete opposite of this and go all out hype. It doesn't get me hype for the race.
This was their hype for the race. That's how it. I know.
He sounds like he's about to show up on the grid and go murder everybody.
But now I know what the lyrics are.
Exactly. What did you think, Maury, as somebody who judges people based on their voice?
Oh, I thought he did a good job on the read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think?
Is it because you also sound creepy when you read stuff?
I was just going to say, because the one thing that everybody was saying on social media was that he was giving off serial killer vibes. And here's Maury, 10-10. 10-10.
All
Good.
you need is a strong heart.
Good.
Viva
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You said heart, right?
Viva Las Vegas. Viva
Sounds like-
Las Vegas.
Viva.
So gross.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bumble is predicting cross-generational dating is going to be the big thing in 2024.
What?
So back during COVID, when the economy and everything else, when everybody was like having to move back in with their parents, that was the big thing. But now what they're finding is that Gen Z is moving in with Gen X. So in the middle, you have millennials. So you got Gen Z and then you got Gen X. So we're talking like 26-year-olds with like 50-year-olds kind of thing.
Are we clapping at that?
I guess. I don't know.
Are they happy? If they're happy, cool.
Right? If they're happy, cool. And it's not just like old men trying to hook up with young women. They say 59% of single women now say they are more open to dating someone younger than them.
Oh.
And 35% of women say that they've become, quote, less judgmental towards age gap relationships over the past year. So I don't know what changed.
Is Bumble's the one where
the girl messages the guy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, guys can't message the girls?
No.
The woman is in full
Yes.
control.
So what does the guy do? Just wait?
Yep.
Yeah, you just sit.
Huh.
You just sit.
Were you on before you got with your boyfriend, Maria? Were you on Bumble?
No,
Oh,
never.
okay. Never Bumble.
No.
Never even
Really,
tried
huh?
it.
No, never tried it.
Oh.
No.
I would think my phone was broken.
Sorry?
I would think my phone was broken if no one was
Yeah.
messaging.
Really? You would?
No, you would.
No, you
There's something wrong with this thing.
Maury would find a way
Check
to
both-
message
I know.
Check both phones right now, bro.
I know.
Both their phones
No, you
broken.
know what happened? Maury would create a woman's account, right? And then go and find the woman that he was talking to and try and message her as some other woman. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what you would do.
Hey, did you see this Maury guy?
Yes, that's exactly what you would
Did you see
do.
this Maury guy?
Anyway,
Yeah,
63%
he's married.
of Bumble users say age is no longer important when dating. 63%.
Wow.
Wow, Shem, yes. Yes. Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Taylor Swift breaking down on stage at one of her shows in Brazil after a fan had died on Friday. So she said that she's devastated, and on her Insta stories, she put up what looked like a sort of handwritten font note ahead of the show. The 23-year-old fan named Ana Clara Benavides Machado. Organizer said that she had felt unwell at the venue and then was attended to by first responders before being transferred to a hospital where she passed away. Taylor said, I can't believe I'm writing these words, but it's with a shattered heart that I say we lost a fan earlier tonight before my show. I can't even tell you how devastated I am by this. There's very little information I have other than the fact that she was so incredibly beautiful and far too young. This is the last thing I ever thought would happen when we decided to bring that tour to Brazil. And the father of the 23-year-old fan told a Brazilian newspaper that he wants the promoters to clarify whether concert goers were prohibited from bringing water into the show on Friday. He said, I want it to be found out whether they were in fact prohibited from bringing in water, whether there was negligence in providing assistance. I lost my only daughter, a happy and intelligent girl. So I guess that's the thing, is because of the temperatures in Brazil, that fans were just like dropping in. At one point, Taylor, during her show, was telling security that these fans need water. So she even saw it from the stage. So I'm not sure how the organizers are going to handle that. Because as you know, you can't bring anything in, right?
Yeah.
Like ever. And it's always a problem at these shows. Like water is always a problem at these shows.
Because they don't know if it's actually water in that bottle.
Right, but just give free water then. Like have Taylor, like, you know, and I'm not putting all of this on Taylor. Like organizers bear a huge responsibility, but you know, if it's Taylor's show, because she is as protective of every detail of her show. If she's doing shows where it's 90 plus degrees or whatever it is, she should, as the head of the top of the mountain, if it's a free water decision, then Taylor overrides everybody else's decision and it's free water, right? It's sad though, really sad.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Billboard Music Awards. So were these not on television?
No, they're on their social channels.
What does that mean?
Like Twitter or X and their YouTube.
But was it like a live, did it look like
still,
an awards show?
Yeah, it did.
It was
yeah,
still
absolutely.
a live show.
Absolutely.
Oh, it did?
It just wasn't on TV.
Oh, interesting. Taylor Swift won 10 awards, and I guess maybe because it wasn't on television, nobody showed up. Like everybody accepted their award via pre-recorded, whatever. So
virtual.
Here's a little bit of Taylor Swift accepting 10
Well,
awards.
this is unreal. This is the fact that you guys have given me 10 Billboard Awards. I'm talking to the fans specifically. None of this happens without you. Billboards base everything off of what you are listening to and what you're passionate about. And I'm so honored that this year you made the tour, the Eras Tour, so magical. You went and saw the movie. You cared about my re-recordings. I love you so much. I feel like the luckiest person in the world to have you in my corner and caring about the music that I make. So thank you 10 million times for this.
Rema and Selena Gomez, except for top Afrobeat song for Calm Down.
This honor for Calm Down is a celebration of unity and the global domination of Afrobeats. I want to say a big shout out to Selena Gomez, Maven Records, Jonesing World, as well as the amazing fans who supported us all the way to this point. I want to say a big thank you to Billboard. I'm very grateful. All the way from Nigeria, Rema, one love.
Hi, Billboard. Thank you guys so much for this award. This is honestly Rema's doing. He chose me to be a part of such an incredible song. So I want to thank him and thank all of you for streaming and listening. And I wish we could be there. But thank you.
Yeah, so nobody was there. Real crazy.
Mariah was there.
Mariah was there. She got the Lifetime Achievement. Morgan Wallen was there. Do you want to play a little bit of Morgan Wallen singing?
Sure. Please.
Yeah. He's gone very, Morgan Wallen, I think he's crossed the line into almost sounding too country.
Oh, really?
With the voice.
I remember sitting at that house, living room calf.
Oh, yeah.
Because he didn't used to sound this country. Now he sounds like he needs to go see the ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Yeah.
There's a country bubble in there.
He got that hardcore twang. Oh, it's almost comical.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Right? It's like when you're sarcastically being country.
Yes.
That's what he sounds like.
We got close, but close doesn't cut it. Had a good run to end up another. But a 3x5, as you hide in a drawer. You swung for the fences, you can't go sore.
You love this Maria.
Win some, you lose some. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. To me,
His country comes and goes in that song. He loses it and then it comes back.
Yeah, but he's very country in the beginning of that.
Yeah.
Very country in the beginning of that. There's something else I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh.
No, not like that. Oh. Hey, did anybody watch SNL on the weekend? Was it
Yes,
good?
the whole thing. No, it was not.
No? How'd Jason Momoa do? Not
He
great?
was good. It was funny, but it was nothing like majorly ha. Tate McRae did amazing.
Oh, yo, can we big up Tate McRae?
Yeah,
real quick.
absolutely,
Her come up is just incredible. Calgary's very own Tate McRae. She's on the cover of Billboard. She was at the award show yesterday. She performed her new song "Greedy" on SNL on
Ladies
Saturday.
and gentlemen, Tate McRae.
Oh, damn.
You said, are you serious? I tried, but I can't figure out. I've been next to you all night, still don't know what you're about.
Yeah, big up Tate McRae. She's got a tour already planned out for next year that's selling like crazy. I think she just broke a record too on Spotify for streams.
I'm looking at a picture of Jason Momoa on SNL. He took his shirt off, though. People didn't like that?
Did you watch it, Maury?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh,
so
and?
that scene was where I guess a wife's lost husband comes home and the new husband is like kind of pushed to the side because the wife is all like, "Oh my God, you're back."
Oh, Jason Momoa is the one.
The lost husband. He was like lost on an island for 5 years.
Oh, I gotcha. And that wasn't funny. Sounds funny to me. And he took his shirt off and everything. You didn't like that?
It was
Didn't
okay.
save it? Oh, all right, cool. Well, there you
It's
go.
not your type, huh?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Although she recently claimed that she doesn't have time to, quote, take care of a man full time, Martha Stewart, 82-year-old Martha Stewart, has now admitted that she's still very much interested in going on dates.
Oh, Shem.
Right?
Shem's girlfriend don't like that.
Martha
I'm not clapping,
said,
by the way, Shem's girlfriend, that wasn't me that clapped.
No.
I'm rooting for you, man.
Martha said, I think every beautiful girl should date. But where's the best place, according to Martha, to meet a beautiful girl? What does she think the best place to pick up is? What does she think, Mocha?
Like a market.
Martha says, I think the nicest place to meet people like that is walking in a park and sitting on a bench.
That's where you meet.
Sounds a little like cruising as opposed to
I stopped myself.
looking up.
We're not in a movie.
Thank you.
You should
Earlier
know
this
better
year,
than that, Martha.
as we know, Martha revealed how her dating life changed after she did that Sexy Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover. She said, I got a few inquiries, just a couple. However, that is also when she claimed that finding someone special wasn't at the top of her list of priorities because she is still very busy working very hard.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I don't know what Shakira is paying her lawyers, but she paid them a lot for what went down in Spain over the last couple of days.
Wait, what
so
happened?
Shakira was accused of failing to pay the Spanish government $15.8 million in taxes between 2012 and 2014. So the trial, which would have saw more than 100 witnesses come forward over weeks of testimony, was instead called off in just 8 minutes in the courtroom when Shakira's lawyers walked in and made a deal to pay $7.6 million in penalties and no jail time. Prosecutors in July said that they were looking at what they were going to ask for if this went to trial was a prison sentence of 8 years, 2 months, and a fine of $26 million.
Sending Shakira to the joint? Come on.
Well, $7.6 million is what she's got to pay.
Oh, wait a minute. They did send Martha Stewart to the joint, so.
Well, they sent...
Blade.
Well, yeah.
Wesley Snipes,
Wesley
right?
Snipes. Yeah. Like, it's no joke. Like, we have it great in Canada, right? You don't go to jail if you don't pay taxes here. Everywhere else in the world, you do. Spain, you go to jail. USA, you go to jail if you don't pay your taxes.
Well, you have to believe Shakira because her hips don't lie.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I was just trying to be funny.
Oh.
Go ahead. You want jokes? Go ahead.
No, I just did my joke.
Oh, okay. How long were you hanging? Did you even listen to a word of this story?
Not a word.
No, don't do that, okay?
You want jokes? The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A bottle of Scotch just sold. Look at this. So it was the most sought after Scotch in the world. $2.7 million is what this bottle of Scotch was auctioned off for.
It is like $500,000.
It's a Macallan Adami 1926. So it was like created in 1926, and then it was bottled in 1986 after being aged in sherry casks, whatever those are, for 60 years. So somebody just paid $2.7 million for one bottle of Scotch. I think that no. It's like art where it's just an investment. Like it's like art where people no longer buy art. They use it. It's a commodity, right? Like they just put it in their portfolio.
No, I couldn't. Is it only one bottle?
This was no. They made I think 40 bottles.
Oh, there's no way I'd be able to hang on. Like I'd crack that bottle.
You would.
I don't know if it would taste well.
Because I'd want to know what it tastes like. Just a sip.
But then it's worth nothing.
I know.
It's worth nothing.
Like somebody once
do that.
Somebody once spent millions on a bottle of Chateau Lafite, and the thing was vinegar.
Yeah. Well, because you don't buy it to drink it. You buy it because it's the investment.
I know, for clout and whatever.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
I'd be way too tempted.
And some other jabroni at another auction paid $2.1 million for one of Napoleon's hats.
What?
I guess because the movie's coming out and they had a bunch of Napoleon stuff sitting around.
Not Napoleon Dynamite.
No, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Okay, that is a vote for Pedro shirt.
Yeah, and they thought that they were like the initial bid was $650,000, and they were like, I guess some jabroni's going to pay $650,000, but then like two jabronis got in a bidding war over it.
Oh yeah,
and somebody they wound up paying $2.1 million for it.
What is it? Does it look like a cowboy hat?
No, it's like a Napoleon hat. Like it's a sort of like reverse.
Like
it's
cowboy,
when you used to make
like a pirate hat.
Yeah, but reversed, right? Like over the shoulders as opposed to front and back.
Oh,
right?
The one where it sort of goes up like it loops.
Like if you made when you could make a paper boat, right? That's what it looks like. But only you wear it sideways.
I would devalue that hat by wearing it once.
While you drink your Scotch?
Yeah. I can't be trusted.
Yeah. You would just get trusted. There'd be pictures all over the internet of you drunk in Napoleon's hat on a $3 million bottle of Scotch.
I just use everything.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So it's looking like James Gunn has found his Lex Luthor.
Oh, who?
Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, I like that guy.
Oh, I like him.
Who at one time was in talks to play Batman when Robert Pattinson got it. Then he was in talks to play Superman in this movie, and David Cornswet got it. So he's going to be Superman. Rachel Brosnahan, Miss Maisel, is going to be Lois Lane.
Okay.
And Nicholas Hoult will be your Lex Luthor.
Nicholas Hoult was in The Menu.
Yes, he was.
And
He
Mad
also
Max.
played Beast in the newer X-Men movies.
Yes, I will take your word for that. I'm not familiar with those. But man, if there's any sort of like evil villain origin story for Nicholas Hoult, it would have to be losing out on Batman, losing out on Superman, and then getting cast as Lex Luthor, right?
Good for him.
Method.
Yeah, yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Where are we here? Apparently, there's going to be a Suits reunion. The cast is getting together for a retrospective panel at the 2024 ATX TV Festival in Austin, Texas, which is currently slated to kick off in May. The event will have the series creator, Aaron Korsh, along with Patrick J. Adams, Sarah Rafferty, and Dule Hill. The website also teases that more cast members may be added in the coming weeks. So
They'll bring everybody. Not Meghan. Meghan Markle ain't coming back.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I feel like she might need it.
Yeah, I think it's a friendly room, but I think it may be actually worse. I think what Meghan Markle might do is do a pre-recorded greeting for the fans in the
100%.
auditorium.
Yeah.
that they'll play.
'Cause it's
Hi
gonna be too
guys,
much
sorry
of
I
a-
couldn't be there. Just want to say, love that you bringing the show back and all this stuff.
Show meant a lot to me.
Oh,
My 7
yeah,
years on
yeah,
there.
I predict she's there. She's showing up at hockey games in Vancouver. She's going to.
Yeah, they were at the Canucks game last night. But I mean, I think that there's a difference because I had sort of thought about that too more. But I think there's a difference of her doing an appearance, sitting in a VIP box at a hockey game, and actually sitting on a panel talking. Right? That's
I think
why
it just
I
takes
said
away.
Yeah,
Like she
from
wants to get
everything.
back into acting. She signed with an agency. This she's going to do that. I'm guarantee you.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I'm not completely writing it off though. I'm sort of in I was going to say in Maury's pants. I don't know why I was going to say that. I'm sort of in Maury's world right
Who's
here.
not- Sam, come on.
You know what? I don't know why. Yeah,
What
okay. What the
is-
hell?
I'll cough it out.
I waited 14 years for this.
Oh my god! I mean wearing, not like in them.
Also, what did you just say?
He's
When?
waited. Yeah, I heard it. No, don't worry about it. Don't make him repeat it. It's weird. We're at work.
I waited 14. What?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you said? I heard
Yeah.
something completely different.
What did you hear?
What did you hear? Write it down. Write it down.
Like,
Did you
what's
Sharpie
what's
write
wrong
it?
with being at work to say I waited 14 years?
Hold on.
Oh,
Maury.
you said I
Hold on.
waited
Hold on.
14
Hold on.
years.
What did you think he said? Write it down for me. This is going to be interesting. Can't wait.
Oh, damn it, this marker doesn't-
Oh, for God's sakes.
No. You know
You
what?
want to text it to me? You want to text it to me?
Yeah.
Text it to me.
Just run over and whisper it in his ear.
No. That's too close. I don't want to get that close. Come on now. I'm waiting. Okay. Hold on. It's going to. Is it in space yet? Or are you still writing?
I just sent it to you.
Okay. Hold on. Come on. Oh, here we go.
Read it out loud.
Oh.
Oh no, this is gonna get weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can read this though because he didn't actually say it. It's just what you thought he heard, right?
That's what I thought Maury said.
So I accidentally almost said that I was in Maury's pants for some reason. And then Maury said, I've been waiting 14 years for this. What Mocha thought Maury said was, we're going to need floor cleaner in here for this.
What? Oh my god.
Maury, you're such a pervert.
None of it is true.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Post Malone living his best life. So he's down in New Zealand on tour, and he popped into a Irish pub and then decided to sing some songs with the band. So, and man, he's like so good, Post Malone. So one of the songs he did was, I don't know if you know this, Jem or Maria, a song called What I Got by Sublime. So here's the original version, just so you know.
Early in the morning, rising to the street.
Ever heard this?
Light me up that cigarette, strap shoes on my feet. Got to find a reason to
This sounds like Sugar Ray.
No, but Sublime was one of those bands that in LA, they had cred with everyone, like across all genres and artists. Like they weren't like a goof. They were like, I don't know. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know a lot about the guy, but I think the guy died.
He died years in the 90s.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's Post doing What I Got by Sublime.
Early in the morning, rising to the street. I got me up that cigarette, my sex shoes on. I can't find a reason.
Sounds good.
Man, I love love Post Malone. I'd freak out if I was sitting in that bar and Post Malone just walked in.
So Post Malone showed up at 9:30 p.m. at Danny Doolan's Irish pub in Auckland, New Zealand, and he stayed for 4 hours partying and singing. So you can't go to an Irish pub and get up with the band without doing I'm Going to Be 500 Miles by the Proclaimers.
Oh, man. That's why Post Malone is the greatest. Like, you just show up and party for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, my God. So good.
I interviewed those guys from the Proclaimers years ago because I was always impressed when people were capable of writing one lasting track. You know what I mean? Like, I never called them a one-hit wonder, but they shook the world. And I had said to them, I was like, you guys, like, you were in the rare group of people, of human beings in this world where something you've written will be sung and stomped by drunk college kids until the end of time.
Facts.
And they were like, well, we've done other stuff too. Yeah, like, just embrace
but
the
this
legacy.
Is the one.
This is the one.
You got Post Malone in a bar belting it out at the top of his lungs.
40 years later.
Yes.
Yes.
Big up Post Malone.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yes. People clowning on Joe Biden because he mixed up Taylor Swift and Britney Spears. Listen, okay, the man's 81. He knows one blonde pop star. That's it. That's all he has the space for.
Happy birthday, Joe.
The last pop star that he made note of remembering because of cultural significance was, I'm sure, in fact, Britney Spears. Then after that, life passes you by. You just sort of keep what you keep. Everybody after that is always going to be Britney Spears. So here's Joe Biden at the turkey pardoning ceremony.
Harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Britney's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now.
Yeah, also where somebody died, right? You know, he's like just like reading headlines. You know what I mean? Like,
it's almost as bad as when he screwed up LL Cool J's name. Not that long ago.
No.
Right? Like last month.
Yes.
Two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip-hop in America, LL Cool J.
Come on, Joe.
He's 81. What do you want from the guy?
Just
right?
read what's on the paper, man.
LL Cool J.
This is him reading what's on the paper.
That man's new glasses.
Right? My God. But yeah, so they're clowning on, he's 81. Stop clowning on an 81-year-old for confusing Britney Spears
Still,
and Taylor
he is a man in
Swift
charge. He's making decisions for
Right,
America.
but I know, but he doesn't. Knowing LL Cool J and the difference between Britney Spears and Taylor Swift means zero to
Aren't we
him.
all going to be like that at 81?
Hopefully.
You're already like that now, bro.
Exactly.
LL Cool J.
I love you. Why'd you keep that sounding at the end? Makes it sound
LL Cool J.
That's right.
I actually helped the man out because the longer version.
LL Cool J.
Everybody laughing at him.
Oh, damn.
Come on.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Interested in what Leonardo DiCaprio wants to accomplish before he's 50 because he's
Always.
49? Always.
Maria.
Here is Leo.
Let me guess.
on,
Dated 27-year-old Maria?
Oh, damn. No, that'll never happen. We all know that.
Oh, hey, he would totally date me.
No, he would not.
Why?
Too old.
I don't
No
know.
offense.
Maybe because you have a boyfriend?
I mean, well, not now, but
Yeah,
like
no.
if I was. Oh God.
Listen,
I gotta stop talking.
you, Maria, need to come to the realization that millions upon millions of other women have, which is you are, in fact, at 27, too old for Leonardo DiCaprio. And listen, every single one of them said, you know what, I'm going to be the exception. I'm going to be the one that makes it past 25, and they all failed.
And what if he listens to the Roz and Mocha Show and says, well, that's my 27-year-old right there?
That he will not. I guarantee you. So here's Leo on what he wants to accomplish before 50.
You're 49 years old. How the hell did that happen?
I have no idea. We were talking about our first interview that may have been 30 years ago.
What do you want to do before you turn 50?
Good question.
Well, every now and then.
You know what? Just one more movie. One more movie.
He'll do it.
Well, one more movie, right? Like boring.
Sure.
Boring answer.
Oh,
ever.
jeez.
Thanks, man.
I know.
Great.
Yeah, you were hoping he was going to say Maria, huh?
Hey. Yeah.
Blushing.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ricky Gervais is getting clowned on social as well. So he's got a new special dropping, his Armageddon special, that he taped part of his tour last year. So it's dropping Christmas Day.
Okay.
And he had tweeted out something that just read, Happy Birthday, Jesus, with the poster of his new special, right? Okay. And then a fan wrote, is it suitable to watch with my nan and grandpa on Christmas Day? And then he wrote, depends. Do you enjoy watching a middle-aged man swearing and joking about the Holocaust?
Oh, my God.
And then everybody jumped on Ricky Gervais because Ricky Gervais is 62, and he referred to himself as middle-aged. So people are like, calling yourself middle-aged at 62 is a bit of a stretch. Ooh. Somebody else said 62 is the new 52. Somebody else simply read, sir, you are a pensioner.
Yeah.
My favorite was middle age is brave. So middle age is what? Like when you were younger, not now at the age you are now, but when you were younger, what would you have considered to have been middle age, Mocha?
I don't know, like 55 maybe?
55. Damn it, Maury, middle age when you were younger?
40.
40?
Because I used to say, most people live to like 80, so half of 80 is 40.
Okay, Shem?
I agree with Maury. I would have said 40, 45.
40. Maria?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say 45, 50.
Okay, but I think that this is the problem, is that middle age is not a year. Like, that would mean that when you're 40, you're middle age, but when you're 39, you're what?
Less than middle age.
Mm-hmm. When you're 41, you're what?
Older than middle age.
Old.
Yeah.
No, middle age.
Why are you upset? Because you're 49?
No, because if you, Maury, say you're if people live to 80, right, then at 40 you're middle age. So, but what are you at 41? Middle age is an area.
Well,
it's an
I always assume middle age is one age.
55 to 60?
No, middle age is 45 to 65. That's middle age.
Well, as shoppers, 50-year-olds get a senior's discount. So technically, you're almost in the seniors area.
Yeah,
Maury!
but senior.
So Maury's a senior.
But you know what? I can't wait to join my dad for the seniors discount.
Oh, I take my mom's all the time.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Israel and Hamas have reached a deal for 50 hostages in exchange for a 4-day ceasefire. So that's what's going on there. As in Hollywood, everybody, the new thing that is going to happen right now is lawyers are going to be making millions of dollars off people who have been fired for things that they have said publicly during all of this. Maha Dakil, who was one of CAA's top agents, so CAA, one of the big agency in Hollywood. So she wrote on Twitter, what's more heartbreaking than witnessing genocide? Witnessing the denial of genocide that is happening. And in response, she was fired as co-chief of their motion pictures department, but she was allowed to stay on as an agent because her top client, Tom Cruise, backed her and actually showed up at the CAA offices, which is what everybody is saying was so incredibly unprecedented for Tom Cruise to walk into the agency office. And so he is now backing her to stay on. So she's allowed to be an agent. CAA also cut ties with 2 staffers and 2 other clients over their anti-Israel posts on social media. Spyglass dropped Melissa Barrera from the next Scream film. And then Spyglass said that their stance is unequivocally clear. We have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate in any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, or any other flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech. And now Jenna Ortega is being dragged into this by fans. So she was trending all day yesterday because now people want Jenna Ortega to drop out of the new Scream movie in solidarity with Melissa. So she's now involved in all of this. CAA also dropped Sarah Rao and Regina Jackson, who co-wrote the movie White Women, Everything You Already Know About Your Own Racism and How to Do Better, over their social media posts. And Susan Sarandon was just let go from her agency, UTA, for these remarks that she made at a rally.
There are a lot of people that are afraid of being Jewish at this time and are getting a taste of what it feels like to be a Muslim in this country, so often subjected to violence.
It was the term getting a taste of. You know what I mean? Getting a taste of. That sounds very sort of like vengeful, revengey kind of thing. So she's no longer with UTA, which is crazy. So all these people are going to start suing, right? Like this is like lawyers are going to be so rich by the end of this because this is just all lawsuits. And these aren't like lawsuits from like a guy who works in an office. These are like people who run film divisions for companies. Like these are
millions and millions of dollars are on the line here.
Millions of dollars in lawsuits.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Cliff Richard, I don't know if you know who this guy is. It's actually Sir Cliff Richard. So he was a sort of like 60s, 70s crooner, British guy, singer. Did a duet with Olivia Newton-John at one point, right? And people, listen, he's one of those guys.
Is he going to look old if I look him up?
He looks very He looks very old.
He looks like well-chewed caramel.
Yes, Cliff Richard. Yeah.
Cliff Richard.
Yes.
Oh my God, this guy is old.
So he was doing one of the morning shows in the UK yesterday, and he went viral.
Why?
For the first time ever, because he talked about a chance meeting years ago that he could have had with Elvis.
Okay.
And why it didn't happen.
Wonderful. I love it.
Did you ever meet Elvis?
Oh, no, I did not. I had one chance through a journalist when I was promoting Devil Woman in the States.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I know Elvis," because he knew that I was influenced. And he said, "Would you want to meet him?" I said, "Yeah." At the end of the interview, though, I said, "Can we put it off?" Because he'd put on a lot of weight.
Oh, right.
And I thought, if I'm having a photograph taken with him and it's going to be hanging on my refrigerator, he's got to look good. And I put it off, and of course, then he died.
No.
And then he died.
Should never put it off just because they're a little bit heavier.
No. If anybody has if you're a fan of somebody's, you should, if you get the chance to meet them, meet them, even if they've put on weight.
Oh, boy. Cliff Richard. Let me see if I know any of your songs. This is a song I believe he was talking about in that interview clip called Devil Woman.
Devil Woman? I don't know what this is.
He doesn't swear, does he?
I hope not.
Please.
Since the day I saw the cat at my door. So I came into you, sweet lady, answering your
Okay, that's kind of not bad.
I mean,
For the time when it came out,
whatever,
for the time, it was good.
Sure, whatever. It sounds like, it could be anybody. So generic.
Yeah.
But he's famous 50 years later.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Black Mirror renewed for season 7 on Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're interested in that.
Sure.
They came back last year or earlier this year, I guess it was, with 4 episodes that were kind of meh, right? But their whole production team, Charlie Brooker, is back, and they're going to do a season 7 for Netflix. The big story with Netflix today is Squid Game drops, right? Squid Game, the challenge.
Yes,
Bro, this show. I'm
You
telling
watch it, right?
Yeah.
We're allowed to say it now.
As of midnight, you can talk about it.
It is, and I used to love sort of reality competition shows, Survivor, like all of that stuff. Maury's very much into Big Brother. Like I used to really like that. And then they kind of went away because there was just too much of the stuff I didn't like. I didn't like the way that the shows went.
Sure.
Squid Game starts with 456 contestants.
Just like the TV show.
And it may be the greatest reality game that I've ever seen.
No, come on.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, because you think that because there's 400 and some odd people, that you're not going to get that emotional attachment to cast members, and it's going to be very difficult, and you're not going to be invested. you are sucked into this so hard.
Really?
That it is the best. I'm telling you right now. And am I right, Maury?
It was the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I got emotionally into it like 30 seconds in.
If you are into that sort of group of people all trying to win money, this is the best it's ever been.
They obviously do, like, they follow the Squid Game TV show games, right?
Yes. It looks like the same set.
Okay. Are there new games? Like, did they create games for the reality show that we didn't see in the actual show?
Can I say which one?
Yes.
No, don't
say which one.
Okay,
Don't say which one.
No,
Don't
I
say
just
which
want to know
one.
if yes or no.
Yes.
But yes, they do. But all the ones that you love
are
there from the show.
Okay.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So they're doing a new Karate Kid.
Okay.
Movie.
TV show?
Movie. And this time it's going to be Ralph Macchio as Daniel LaRusso, but also Jackie Chan, who was in the 2010 remake as Mr. Han. So they're now, so the two worlds are sort of coming together, right? So Jackie
The Karate Kid multiverse?
So Jackie Chan was in the remake
with Jaden Smith.
Right. And then Daniel LaRusso was there, but then there's also the Cobra Kai show. I'll get into that in a second.
Because then when they announced that they were doing a Karate Kid, didn't they say that this would have nothing to do with Cobra Kai?
So here
Or
is
that
Jackie
universe?
Chan and Ralph Macchio, because right now they are currently in a global search for the new Karate Kid.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. We've got big news. We're starring in a new Karate Kid movie together. That's big news. But we even have bigger news. Bigger than that? We're looking for next Karate Kid. That's right. The global search for the star of our new film starts right now. So let's wax on, wax off, everybody. You mean check it on, check it off, hang it up? Maybe the new Karate Kid will have to do it all. I'm excited. You excited? I'm very, very excited. Let's do it. Learn more about this new role. Submit your audition video.
So the way that I understand this is that this new Karate Kid movie is a remake / reboot of the original, but also a sequel, but not a sequel to the remake with Jackie Chan. And Ralph Macchio will be playing Daniel LaRusso, but not the Daniel LaRusso from Cobra Kai, the very popular TV show that brought fans back to the Karate Kid universe.
Can you dumb this down?
Okay, sorry. One more time. Read the whole thing again. Now I'm
Okay.
going to pay attention proper.
Okay.
And slower.
This new Karate Kid movie is a reboot / remake of the original, but also a sequel, but not a sequel to the remake that Jackie Chan was in. And Ralph Macchio will be playing Daniel LaRusso, but not the Daniel LaRusso from Cobra Kai. This will be the Daniel LaRusso from the original Karate Kid movies. But in Cobra Kai, he's also playing the same Daniel LaRusso from the Karate Kid movies. So they've left that world, and now he's going from Daniel LaRusso's last appearance in a Karate Kid movie, bypassing the entire storyline of Cobra Kai, and they're doing a reboot remake of something. But his original movie did not involve the Jackie Chan character. That was a whole different universe for a different reboot. But now somehow they're coming together to do one movie.
This sounds just like Spider-Man No Way Home.
How did you confuse me more?
I don't understand what in the hell they're doing.
So there's a bunch of karate, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. The bottom line is, if you know karate
and you're a fan of it,
get in the dojo because they're looking for the Karate Kid.
All right.
Okay.
You don't care about none of that.
No.
She's like, I just want to see some karate.
No.
Damn it.
Okay. Sweep the leg, Maria. Sweep the leg.
They want
Maria-
auditions and never sent a script.
No.
Point, LaRusso.
No, because you don't have to be an actor. They just literally want somebody who's real good at karate. Maria, if I say strike first, strike hard, you say what?
Strike again?
No. Damn it, Maury, if I say strike first, strike hard, you say what?
Strike first, strike hard, strike last.
No. Mocha, if I say strike first, strike hard, you say what?
Strike first, strike hard. Strike one more time.
No. Shem, if I say strike first, strike hard, you say what?
No mercy.
No mercy, sir.
That's what it is.
What's
No
that from?
Mercy. Karate Kid.
Strike first, strike
I
hard,
don't think
no
I've ever
mercy,
seen
sir.
Karate Kid.
You ever seen Karate Kid?
No.
Oh, you'd hate it.
Well, I saw the one with.
Which one did you see?
Wait,
the one
what?
with Jaden Smith?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Okay.
That meme is great, by the way.
I think I saw the first one.
Yeah, the first one's great. Wax
Yeah.
on,
Classic.
wax off, all that stuff.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, Brad Pitt has no reaction to the recent headlines that his son, Pax Jolie Pitt, called him a world-class a-hole in a Father's Day message from a couple of years ago that leaked online. Despite a report claiming that Brad Pitt feels the situation is depressing and frustrating, a source that they say, for this from page 6, closer to the actor, insists that nothing could be farther from the truth. They say, this is just unfortunate that people would keep trying to bring kids into things. They go on to say, it's been a long 7 years, I guess, since they split, and it's unfortunate when people unnecessarily raise issues from so far in the past and don't take into consideration the impact it has on the whole family. The source adds that Brad has not referenced his children in the media since his 2016 divorce from their mother, Angelina, and will continue to remain silent. So they're saying anything you read about, because there's a lot of headlines saying Brad Pitt has responded. They're saying that no, he has not responded. So don't believe any of that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Variety has released their list of the, this is a very niche list, the most powerful women in reality television.
Oh. Vanderpump, is she on that?
I think she's somewhere on it. But the weird thing is that they did it in alphabetical order. So like they didn't give you were the most powerful woman in reality television.
So everyone's in the same place.
Yeah. Like obviously
It wasn't like number one is
no, but
like Kim Kardashian.
Obviously, Kim and Kris Jenner are the most powerful women in reality television.
Yeah.
Right?
They just wanted to be fair to
hands down.
everyone.
I think so.
It's like everyone getting a participation medal, you know?
Yeah.
I have 2 of those.
Are Snooki and JWoww on there?
Snooki and JWoww. You want me to go through the list? Because I don't know who a lot of these people are. Mel B's on the list.
Oh, okay.
Nicole Bayer from Nailed It. Julie Chen Moonves.
Yes.
Barbara
Brother,
Corcoran from Shark Tank. The D'Amelio family. Who's that?
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
Charlie and Dixie.
And Heidi.
From what show?
From
The D'Amelio
The
Show.
D'Amelio Show.
The D'Amelio Show, but they got their rise to fame was on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok, they blew up immediately.
And then they got the reality show, which is on Disney now.
Teresa Giudice from The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Nikki Glasser from F-Boy Island. Paris Hilton. The Kardashians are on there. Heidi Klum. Jenny
For what?
McCarthy. Heidi Klum on America's Got Talent.
Oh, Talent, right.
Yeah. Jenny McCarthy. Katy Perry's on there. Amy Poehler's on there for Baking It, along with Maya Rudolph. Nicole Pelosi. And Jenny.
Yeah.
And Jenny.
And JWoww,
from, from Jersey Shore. There you go. Tiffany Pollard from Flavor of Love.
Oh yes.
We could tell. You go through one of these lists, you really tell what people watch, huh?
Yeah. Oh, look up.
And Gwen Stefani's the last person on the list.
Oh, Sammy Sweetheart's not on there?
No, Sammy didn't make no list.
No, she didn't
Sorry.
make it?
No, I'm so sorry.
Who am I missing? Oh,
she's not
what
powerful.
About
Angelina?
Is Angelina on there?
Angelina left and then came back.
No, but
and-
still.
Who's
She
An-
get the bag.
Who's Angelina? What show
From
she
Jersey
from?
Shore,
Oh,
man.
no, no.
Angelina.
I-
the Staten Island dump.
Yeah.
How's nobody from Too Hot to Handle on there?
Because there's no host.
Well, you could. Oh my God! Could you imagine they put that voice from the thing in there?
I would.
Lana?
Lana, yes,
I
absolutely.
feel like having a Lana would be fun, you know? Not so much. Never mind. I'll take that back. Just like a robot's talking to you, but I can just get a hit Alexa.
Why? Because you have an excuse to not be intimate with the
No,
person?
I knew it was going that way. I shouldn't have said anything.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Who? The Eagles and Kansas City game on Monday Night Football, which was a rematch from the Super Bowl, was the biggest audience for a Monday Night Football game in 27 years.
Wow.
You wanted to see the Kelsey brothers kill each other?
29 million viewers.
Whoa. Incredible.
Is the amount that tuned in. The last time they had a Monday night game that was bigger than that was in 96. It was 31.5 million. Dallas Cowboys, Green Bay Packers. So far, just to put this into context, so far the Monday night games have averaged 16.6 million. And this game on Monday was 29 million.
Taylor Swift putting them on the map.
Oh, shut up with that, Maury.
You think people tune in to see if
Of
Taylor's
course.
showing up last
But
night?
but also this is a rematch of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Two biggest teams in the league.
Yeah. Like you can't not talk football and the importance of that actual game, right?
29 million.
Yeah. It's a lot of people.
That's more than some countries.
Yes, it is.
Like which ones, Maury?
Yeah, like which ones?
Ooh,
I got a lot to go on. We can't stick with this for very long, okay?
That's what she said.
Okay.
I was going to say Italy.
What's the
Greece.
population? What's the population of Italy, More? What's the population of Italy?
Italy? I would
Yeah.
say 10 million.
You would
10 million
say-
people in Italy? Bruh.
Well, there's like 2 million in Canada.
Okay.
There's how many in Canada?
There's a lot of misinformation in what you just said. Wow. But go ahead.
There's 2 million south of the 401.
Really?
It's like,
Bruh.
That's why I can't get parking.
okay. Okay, Maury, take a guess here. Okay, let's just say, Maury, what's the population of Japan? What is the population of Japan?
Oh, I've seen videos. That's like 50 million.
It's like 123 million.
Oh. Well,
Maury,
they did pan in
what's
the video.
what's the population of the United States of America?
Oh, 15 million.
15 million.
Yeah.
There are 339 million.
Oh, my God.
Maury, 339. Damn it, Maury, the population of...
Italy.
Italy. Maury, the
Italy?
population of Italy, yes.
Ity would be 20 million.
20 million.
It's very small. It's that boot.
59 million.
Oh, my God.
59 million. Maury, the population of Russia. A lot of space, but are there a lot of people?
Right?
Don't know.
75 million.
know. 75 million. 144 million.
Oh,
Maury,
God,
the
I'm not
population
doing
of
well.
India.
This is going to be a good one.
Okay.
Population of India.
300 million.
300 million. You've missed the mark by 1.3 billion.
Oh, my God.
A lot of people, right?
Oh, my God.
Canada, Maury, Canada. The population
Okay, well, you
of
guys said we're north,
Canada.
south, 2 million. So I would say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 million.
Maury, the population of Canada is, you said what?
20 million.
But what did you say the population of America was?
25 million.
No, you said 15.
15 million?
Bro,
Oh.
you can't keep track.
Okay.
So many millions.
How do you even walk? My head hurts.
38 million, Maury. 38 million. Okay, I got to move on.
Education's so important.
I have so much important stuff to do,
Okay,
guys.
go.
Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
According to a new study, it's actually men who benefit the most from being good looking in the workplace.
True.
Tell me about it.
You know.
The sort of outdated notion that women only rise in the workplace because of their looks. But this is now all blown to pieces, according to a new study. So the study found that men benefit more from physical attractiveness in school and in the workplace, more so than women. Researchers from Poland looked over data from 11,000 Americans over 20 years from adolescence to adulthood, including rating their looks, information, and their education and career achievements and their earnings. So experts have long argued that from an evolutionary perspective, looking attractive can be a sign that someone is a suitable, fit, disease-free partner, they say. And beyond that, people tend to rate conventionally attractive people as more intelligent, trustworthy, and talented. Here's what they did. They found that people who were rated as more attractive at 15 were more likely to surpass their parents in earnings and achievements once they reached the age of 30. This effect was much stronger for men than it was in women. Who are these people that sat around rating the looks of 15-year-olds?
Yeah. Also, at 15, you look completely different.
Right?
I look back at-
Whose job was that?
That's weird.
Like
put a
sitting
bunch of
around
15-year-olds in a
picking
room.
hot 15-year-olds. Right?
That's weird.
Yeah,
That's weird. Like, even for a study, that's weird. Like, why 15 and not 16? Not that 16 makes it any better, but 15-year-olds?
Yeah.
Spent years doing this, just staring at pictures of 15-year-olds?
Creep.
Thank you. Anyway, I'm not saying that the study's 100% accurate, though.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A couple in Minnesota pissed off because they've been saving their pennies for many years, and they went to the bank with a jug of pennies, 30,000 pennies to be exact. and the bank would not accept the pennies. So here they are.
All 30,000 of them right here. My wife saves them. Now we've got another jug full that she's been saving over 10 years, and now the bank won't take them. What are we going to do with them? It's 300 pounds in there, and we can't use them for a boat anchor because they stole my boat. I'm starting to see pennies all over the ground, and I pick them up for my wife because she likes to save them.
Yeah, that's what Maury's gonna sound like. Bro, that's your future right there.
I love
that
that
is your
guy.
future right there, Maury.
Dirty pennies in an old jug.
Yeah, that's your future. Man, that's you in 2 years, Maury.
I actually collect pennies.
How much is $30,000 in pennies, damn it, Maury?
Oh my God, I didn't prepare. $30,000 in pennies? What was the
Yes.
question? How many pennies?
How much is $30,000 in pennies? Like, how many dollars is, if you had 30,000 pennies, how many dollars would you have?
I understand.
No, you don't.
$20,000.
Maury.
You get a chair.
Maury, honestly, I need you to be like
60 pennies in a dollar.
Maury.
No.
Maury, there's 60 minutes in an hour, you
60
dingbat.
minutes in an hour.
Okay. There's how many pennies in a dollar?
How many pennies in a
You
dollar?
have to know this.
100
You
pennies.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so do
So it's
the math.
30,000 pennies.
Yes.
So it's 30,001. So $30,000.
Maury.
No.
Honestly. Honestly. I need you to not.
3,000.
Okay. Okay.
School, prayer.
Prayer.
We need all of it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Matt Rife was a comic who sort of became super famous on TikTok. And he's got like 18 million followers on TikTok.
Maria, not you know this guy?
I know him, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think he's good looking?
Of course.
Okay. That's his whole thing, right? Is that he's the
I don't know who this guy
he's
is,
the
but-
beautiful comic.
Yeah, he's like
right?
the good-looking comedian.
Yeah. So of course they gave him a Netflix special. Like you get 18 million followers on TikTok as a comic, and you're going to get a Netflix special. And there's been a lot of sort of like trying to put him in a box, like who his audience is. And he says he does jokes for women, and other people say he does jokes for dude bros and everything else. But the big controversy over his Netflix special, which is called Natural Selection, is that he starts off talking about a story, like a joke where he went to some Baltimore restaurant, and the joke, what he's being accused of doing is making a domestic violence joke. And then he issued a statement, an apology afterwards, which we'll get to in a second. So here is, the audio quality is not that great, but here is the joke that everybody is going in on.
I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. A full black eye. It wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we were like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is what you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
So that's the joke, right? This went crazy, and he then issued an apology because of it. And he went on Instagram and said, if you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to the official apology. Tap to solve the issue. And then you could tap on his Insta story to a link. And when you tap the link, it brought everybody to a website where they could purchase a children's special needs helmet.
Oh my God.
There's building a brand around being a douchebag. And then there's I just don't know why anyone... Not that you have to apologize, right? I'm not saying apologize for jokes. It's just
Make it
comedians have done, but just there's like
They're off saying nothing at that point.
Yeah. He just made it real worse.
And the problem with like people on TikTok is that this is all so new to them, right? Like this isn't a guy who spent 20 years in clubs where you know how to, deal with the audience and deal with this kind of backlash and deal with this stuff. He, he sort of breaks out of TikTok and does this Netflix special, but he still treats everything like you do on TikTok. Like what you say is sort of gone tomorrow. Like it's disposable, like nothing matters. And he doesn't realize yet that things matter and that you got to be sort of, I'm not going to say better because that's completely subjective, but oh man, you can make it worse real fast.
And he did.
Real fast.
And they haven't removed his special.
No, my God, they're not going to remove the special.
I don't think his special showed his true, I don't know, from all the other stand-ups he does where he posts them on TikTok, he's way funnier than in his stand-up. People were very disappointed with his stand-up. I don't know if it was nerves or he was trying to do something different. I don't know. It was very different.
Yeah, because I think what people love about him is he's a comic who works the room, right? Talking to the audience, riffing, like that kind of thing. And this was very much not that, right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God, what is going on in the world of Hall & Oates? We've been talking a lot about Hall & Oates. If you remember, this was the Maple Leafs goal song, the controversial Maple Leafs goal song that gets Marie off her ass.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Look at
I'm
you.
ready for it. What I want.
So here's the deal.
Okay.
Is Hall just got a restraining order against Oates.
What?
There's a legal battle going on.
Hold on, they got beef?
Okay, Hall & Oates are embroiled in a confidential legal battle that has led to Daryl Hall getting a restraining order against John Oates. Little information about the lawsuit is publicly available as the court documents are sealed, but based on court records, Hall filed an undisclosed complaint against Oates on November 16th, as well as a motion for a temporary restraining order, which was granted.
What? What happened?
So TMZ brought this up, which was...
Did Oates bring hands to Hall?
So here's the thing, is that Hall was doing an interview with Bill Maher last year, saying some stuff.
Okay.
And this may have led to a whole lot of blowback behind the scenes that then led to the lawsuit and restraining order. So listen to this. Hall & Oates, legendary, iconic partnership in pop music, okay? So here's Daryl Hall.
But you have a partner. So it's a little different than...
I don't have a partner.
You
think John Oates is my partner?
You still tour together, don't you?
Yeah, but he's not my partner.
Well,
he's my business partner.
Look what I've stumbled into here.
He's not my creative partner. John and I are brothers, right? But we are not creative brothers. We are business partners. We did a lot of stuff. We made records called Hall & Oates together, but we've always been very separate, and it's a really important thing for me.
Well, you certainly weren't separate on the records, and were you separate creating them? No.
We were separate on the records, too.
What does that mean? I'm not hearing the harmony. I'm not hearing what I love about
you. You know that song, Kiss on My List?
Of course.
I did all those. That's all me. That's all me, all those harmonies. That's me. It's just a Daryl demo.
Damn. You roll over on your mans like that.
Yo. You know that when you have that kind of feelings towards somebody and you still got to tour with them.
How long have these guys been in existence as Hall & Oates?
The 60s? I think they formed in the late 60s, maybe? I don't know. Like, when did Hall & Oates form?
50 plus years? Then 50 plus years, and over the last 50 years, it's been this way.
53 years.
53 years, right? It's been this way for 53 years.
How do they fake it?
Right?
Wow. That's like two Marias.
I'm not even going to respond to that nonsense.
And
the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
And I don't know what's going on with this. I'm always super puzzled when people break up after a long time. But Will and Grace star Eric McCormick's wife just filed for divorce after 26 years. What happens after 26 years?
What was the final straw?
That's almost two Rozes.
Shut up.
Hey, I like that one.
What happened, Maury?
I
Any
know they
idea?
used to be at everything together. They loved it.
But that's what I thought. It's like when Hugh Jackman broke up, when he and his wife broke up, right?
Also, another loving couple.
Been together forever. They show up to everything. But like, what happens after 20? Like, what have you not gone through in 26 years that suddenly
usually comes down to like a bad gift?
No, it's more than that, man.
So she is seeking spousal support and reportedly wants to end the court's ability to award Eric spousal support. So I guess she's loaded too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. No idea if they had a prenuptial agreement or anything like that. But I don't know. 26 years. Like, what do you go through in 20? Like, what have you not gone through in 26
And what's the thing
years?
that set it off?
They said I mean, it's always irreconcilable differences, so whatever that means.
No, but what was the moment?
I don't know.
Right, the one thing where
She probably watched a repeat of Will and Grace and was like,
where she said to herself, "You know what?
Like, what could it be?
I'm done."
What if it was something so small, like picking up his underwear off the floor?
But just like hasn't done that in 26
Yeah, and
years.
she's like,
And
I
it
can't
just,
with the underwear, and then left.
And
that's going to be my downfall.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Melissa Barrera has broken her silence after being fired from Scream 7 after the film company accused her of anti-Semitism. She wrote on Insta, first and foremost, I condemn anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. I condemn hate and prejudice of any kind against any group. She goes on to say every person on this earth, regardless of religion, race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status, deserves equal human rights, dignity, and, of course, freedom. She goes on to say, I believe a group of people are not their leadership and that no governing body should be above criticism. I pray day and night for no more deaths, for no more violence, and for a peaceful coexistence. I will continue to speak out for those that need it the most and continue to advocate for peace and safety, for human rights and freedom. And then she ended her statement with, silence is not an option for me. And if you remember yesterday, Jenna Ortega was getting dragged into this because they played sisters in the last Scream movies, and they did very well, and everybody was pressuring Jenna Ortega to sort of drop out of the next Scream movie in solidarity with Melissa, and then it was announced that Jenna Ortega is not returning for Scream 7. And this is like the timing of this is so like you can't not now tie the two of these things together. But apparently, according to Variety, Jenna Ortega's exit from the next Scream was discussed long before even the actors' strike.
Okay.
One, a script for Scream 7 is not ready. Jenna has to head to Ireland in April to shoot the second season of Wednesday. And then there were additional shoot days for Beetlejuice that she had to take care of. So there's just no way to work in doing another Scream. Because Scream, they want to release, they're still working towards a 2025
like Halloween or whatever?
Release date. So now Scream is in full sort of rebuild mode, which if Neve Campbell, man, like if she can just like lay low, Neve Campbell could be looking at a huge payday. Because she walked away over a money dispute. And now
they'll need her.
What else are you going to do?
For this, yeah.
What else are you going to do? You lost your two young stars that carried that movie. It had a great opening weekend.
Especially Jenna Ortega.
Right? You lost Jenna.
With the run that she's on?
Yeah, you lost them and you let Neve Campbell walk because of money?
Yeah.
Bro, you know, open the account. Like, that's the only way to save the money. So apparently, Neve Campbell and Patrick Dempsey are on their wish list.
Oh, wow.
Because I guess Patrick Dempsey was in Scream 3. I don't even remember that. Does anyone remember Patrick Dempsey in Scream 3? I don't know. But anyway.
He's the sexiest man, though.
He is. So they are still hoping to get that out in 2025.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did Taylor Swift fans get Harry Josie eliminated from Dancing with the Stars?
Huh?
So, you know Harry from Too Hot to Handle?
Yes.
He's got that OnlyFans?
Yeah.
That Maury?
I mean, I don't know about the OnlyFans, but I know who he is.
Explain the OnlyFans,
let me
Maury.
show you.
He's been on our show a bunch. He was the one
we
that,
love that guy.
on and off again with Francesca.
So Taylor Swift night was on Tuesday. It was Eras night where everybody danced to Taylor Swift songs.
Perfect.
Taylor Swift fans started doing their research and they realized that Harry Josie does not follow Taylor Swift. But Harry Josie does follow Scooter Braun.
Harry.
So somebody tweeted, Swifties, Harry Josie doesn't follow Taylor, but follows Scooter. So whatever you do, don't vote for him tonight on Dancing with the Stars
God.
for Taylor Night. Somebody else wrote, Swifties, friendly reminder that Harry Josie follows Scooter on Instagram and is a fan of him, so let's make sure he goes home tonight. So he actually did go home. He was voted off. And then the vice president of alternative series at ABC Studios sees all of this, and he then tweets, I actually wonder if this is what happened.
What do you think? Yo, hold up.
Are you looking at Harry Josie's OnlyFans?
No, I'm unfollowing Scooter Braun.
Oh, you're unfollowing Scooter Braun?
Yes.
Why would you follow Scooter Braun?
That was like years ago when Bieber was doing his thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, Scooter Braun unfollowed.
Yeah.
Mocha's about to be kicked off the
I
show.
know.
Harry still follows Scooter.
Do you follow? Does he?
Yeah, he isn't unfollowed.
Do you follow Taylor?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I've been following Taylor since I love Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Raj, do you follow Taylor?
Like, since the early days.
No.
Early days. Since she was a country star.
Since before Instagram, you followed her.
Oh, man, I loved it. Wait, hold on.
All of that.
Oh, shoot. We talking about Instagram? Hold on. Let me find.
Oh, yeah, it's only Instagram. What did you unfollow on Twitter?
Yeah, hold on.
Bro, Insta. Nobody cares who you follow on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's
Instagram
Insta.
is like the thing.
Hey, because I follow
Yes.
Taylor Swift on Instagram, did you guys know she does not follow anyone?
No, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah,
On
I didn't know
Instagram?
that.
Harry?
On Instagram.
No,
she has
no.
zero followers.
Zero
Like
followers,
she's following zero.
She
Like,
doesn't even follow her boyfriend?
Not even her boyfriend.
Nope.
If you guys were a fan of Taylor like I am, you'd know this.
Right.
Right? You guys, you're not the real
True fan, no.
You're not
I
the
get
real
it.
deal.
No, I get it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Rainbow Bridge explosion yesterday was wild, man.
It was straight out of a movie.
Yeah, and immediately people started, wondering and speculating, and some just straight up saying that it was a terrorist incident. After all sort of was said and done, and they wrapped up their preliminary investigation real quick. Here is New York Governor Kathy Hochul.
There is no evidence at this time that this was a terrorist activity. And that's what I want to make very clear to the public, just to calm everybody down. It's really important because based on what's happening in other parts of the world, everybody is on edge. And this is an international border. And we've always felt the vulnerability there. But this was I won't call it an accident. It has not been determined to be an accident. You don't know whether the driver was intentional in how they drove. We do not know that. All I know is there was a horrific accident. Well, I won't call it an accident. A horrific incident, a crash, an explosion, loss of life. But at this time, no known terrorist connection.
Man, you know what? Because this happened on the U.S. side of the border, we got this wrapped up in a couple hours. If this happened on the Canadian side of the border, we would not know anything for weeks. And weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So nothing explains, though, why the driver was doing like 100 miles an hour. Nothing. There's no explanation for that, which is wild. So it was apparently a husband and wife in the car.
Okay.
It was a Bentley, which goes for $300,000 new.
Ooh, yeah.
They were doing like 100, hit a median, flew 15 feet in the air, far, hit one of the guard posts where there was a person inside, a border guard. The outside of the guard box saved him. And from what they've managed to figure out is this was a couple from Western New York who were on their way to Toronto to go to the Kiss concert, but the Kiss concert was canceled because the singer got sick, so they decided to go to the casino instead. And then what happened after that? Nobody knows.
And both of them, like the two people in the vehicle died?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that video is wild, though.
So it's almost easier to explain the speed of things if it was something terrorism related. But now that they've completely ruled that out, it's like, well, what the hell happened?
And when you're so close to the border, like, I don't know of an opportunity for you to be able to speed up, like to get to that level of speed because of the amount of like medians and other cars and
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It was also one of the busiest travel days of the year.
Oh, and they shut it down. It's American Thanksgiving, and like, oh my God.
Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Frontier Airlines had a hell of a week. So I don't even know anything about Frontier Airlines. They're like a local U.S. sort of, small charter operation. But there was one incident where a woman got up when the plane had landed, and she wanted to use the bathroom, and the flight attendants were blocking her from using the bathroom, and she just straight up pulled her pants down in the aisle in front of children and everybody else, and like tried to pee. So here's that.
I'm ready to pee over here. Okay. Sorry, everybody.
She pulls her pants down.
I don't give a no you.
Oh my God.
You.
Oh my God.
I gotta go pee. I don't give a you never own a big bitch.
Oh my God. Yo. Let her be.
This poor little boy next to us.
Oh, wow. This is all
Chaos.
Yeah.
And then on another Frontier flight, same week, this one on a flight from, I believe, Houston to Denver, there was a woman who had some sort of meltdown and started like talking in like some demonic voice. And then they came in and strapped her up and got her off the plane. And then another woman got up who saw what was going on and that this woman might be possessed. And then she starts talking about Jesus. Listen to this.
This is evidence that there's a real devil that wants to kill each and every one of y'all, including your family members. That's not her. She's possessed and she needs help. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but I'm telling you right now, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And there's nobody that's going to come to the God, the Father, without Jesus Christ. And I'm telling you right now, the spirit of peace is the only thing y'all need. To trust him. In the name of Jesus, I command the spirit of peace.
Wow. I'm never flying again.
You can't see Jesus on the plane, man.
No, she was walking up and down the aisles.
No.
Look at
Right?
Maria's got to fly tomorrow.
I'm canceling my trip.
I would have rather been on the plane with Brenda Lee singing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Taylor Swift, it's not looking like she's going to be home for Thanksgiving. I know Travis Kelce had said in his podcast that he was going to be having KFC alone, a bucket of KFC, because I guess they got to play in Vegas on Sunday. But Taylor is still down in Brazil, and because of a rescheduling of one show from Saturday to Monday, and then she has other shows in Sao Paulo that start on Friday, it's not looking like she's going to be coming home for Thanksgiving or spending any time with Travis Kelce, if anybody's wondering about all of that.
So Travis going to be alone in Vegas with just a bucket of KFC?
I get that. To me, that doesn't sound like a bad night. I mean, it's not. Listen,
You
it's
had me at alone.
it's not Thanksgiving, right? Like it's not Thanksgiving, but you know, that's not a bad day.
Like this was,
right?
if there was going to be a time for a new romance kind of celebration with the family,
yes,
it would be now.
But it's hard when your boyfriend plays in the NFL because they play football all Thanksgiving, right? Like it's a big thing. But
Christmas,
yeah, exactly. But I don't think that that's what they did say. They're planning on spending much more time together for December and January. But as it is right now, solo acts on Thanksgiving.
Oh, poor guy,
right?
Poor girl.
I know.
Living the dream Thanksgiving right there.
Yeah. Oh, bucket of KFC.
Is it the popcorn chicken from there?
No, just the actual chicken.
Would he get sides? He would have to get sides, right? He'd have to get sides.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bucket?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, what do you think his sides are? Do you think
macaroni and cheese. The macaroni.
He's a mac and cheese guy?
The macaroni salad is what it is.
Or do you think
so.
he does
But the bucket, you get two sides. So you
mac
get
and
macaroni
cheese?
and coleslaw.
Do you think he gets fries or mashed taters?
Oh, that's
with the gravy.
Oh, I think it's Thanksgiving. I think he's doing mash.
Same.
You're right. I think he's doing
It's got to be
mash.
mashed with the taters.
Yeah,
Is he eating the chicken hot, or does he put it in the fridge for all to cool it down?
No, I think he's just sitting on the couch,
hot,
opening
man.
the bucket.
Yeah,
watching
dig
Netflix,
in.
watching Squid Game. You know,
Dig in.
Yeah.
Travis
That
Kelce.
doesn't sound like a bad night, right?
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.